to Adventurous Hours. I am Vic. Once again, we're here in Frauenstein. It's early morning, a bit cold. And today we're going to see a few interesting points here in this small town. Last time we have been to Goethe. We've started a video a few weeks ago. And today we'll see some of the very interesting points. Let's go. So we are now on top of a hill here in Frauenstein, and as you can see, everywhere cherry trees plantation. This is what Frauenstein is very famous for, the cherries and the wine. You can see wherever you go, cherry trees, cherry trees, cherry trees. Here you have several kinds of cherries. I think 5 or 6 different kinds. The best one being maybe Haumüller. They're very big, juicy, thick, and especially when they are black, they're very sweet. In between, of course, you also have some apple trees and some other fruit trees like plums, also being sold a lot here in Frauenstein. But number one, cherry trees. Famous Frauensteiner Kirschen. These here are younger cherry trees planted a few years ago. An older one around 40 years old. This is an older plantation, around 20 years old already. Different kind of cherries again. Of course you have older ones. Very much alive, a lot of cherries here. So right there you can see a leftover tower of a medieval castle, Frauenburg. And we're here at the crossroad of two important streets. Of course, the main one is here, Kirschblütenstraße, which means the cherry bloom street. Of course, Frauenstein is very famous for its cherries. And right here we have Am Lindenbaum, which means at the lime tree. Why the lime tree? Well, let's go and see. Here we are at the second crossroad of Lindenbaum, where we're going now, the lime tree, and up there is Zum Frauenstein, going to the Grey Walk. We have seen that already. It was a nature monument, and I made a video about that. Those beautiful stone formations in the forest. Then in front of us, we can see once again those half-timbered houses, typical medieval German way of making houses. Winding streets are very common here. And here we go down to the main small square, which is always the church. So here we are at a small town square. With a fountain, that small church, half-timbered house at the back, and on that side on the right, that's the big old lime tree. So here we go. This, what you see in front of us, is a 1,000-year-old lime tree. Imagine that. You can see it says on top, nature's monument. Sure it is. With 1,000 years, that's something very, very special. 1,000 years old lime tree. Still alive, very much alive. Still bearing fruits. Incredible. And here it says, so this lime tree is called the blood lime tree, 1,000-year old. And it says there was a legend that the niece of the feudal lord who lived here just across was kidnapped by a young man. And this lord was so enraged that he let this young man be executed here at this place. And when the wife of that young man found out, she planted this lime tree right here where her husband was executed. That's why it came to this name, blood lime tree. You can see this, the word geharnischten is such an old German word. I've never seen it being used anywhere. I had to look it up, to be honest. That means enraged. Yes. So here we go. 1,000-year-old lime tree, nature's monument. Okay. Let's go now to that tower. Very commonly you can see those kind of names for restaurants, like here, Weinhaus, which means wine house. They serve, of course, wine. We are here in the wine region, and they serve also very good local dishes right under that beautiful tower. So here you have an inscription mentioning 800 years of Frauenstein, of course a wine press over there. And here in the front you can see two children, a sculpture, who are spitting cherry pits. Of course, we're in the cherry region here also. And they're spitting cherry pits. Nice sculpture right here. Kirchenkern, Pokal. So Zia is again leading the way. We can hear the church bells. And here you have a tower, which we're going up now. All the stones are quartzite. So here you have a panel. You can see how the ruin was before, leftover of the castle, and now they fixed it. It's a very old medieval castle, around in the year 1200, and those who were occupying it were the lords with the name Frauenstein, which later on became Frauenstein. So let's walk up those steps. And we're here on top. However, as you can see, it's closed. It's open every Sunday afternoon. So I'll be coming back here when it's open to show you the inside of this old medieval tower, which before was actually a castle, but it was destroyed. As you know, in the medieval times, many wars and castles have been destroyed. And here we are in Frauenstein at the Gästehaus Sins. This is a very famous hotel and restaurant here in this place. It's frequented especially by all the gents You can see in the front they have those old presses, small wine presses, grape presses. And they have very, very good dishes here. Wine house, as you can see, very typical, always saying because they're selling wine. Wine house. So if you have an opportunity, come here and enjoy those regional dishes here. We know it's not cheap, but very good cook, very good dishes. So we hope you have enjoyed this quick tour of some interesting points here in Frauenstein. Hope to see you soon, next video. Take care of yourself. And until then, don't forget, press subscribe now to Adventure is Ours. Bye.